Then students, in last class we have done 5.3 up to questions number 10. Today I am going to continue the same exercise, that is exercise 5.3. So what problems left? Let's see. Question number 11. If the sum of first n terms of an AP is 4n minus n square, what is the first term? What is the sum of first two terms? What is the second term? Similarly, you have to find third term, 10th term and nth term. If the sum of first n terms of an AP is 4n minus n square, sum of first n terms of an AP means Sn equal to 4n minus n square, it is given. You have to find the first term, sum of first two terms, second term, third term, 10th term and nth term. Let's see how to find out. First illustration. Okay, in last day we have done questions number 10, that is an equal to given something, suppose 4n plus 3. Okay, so first term is what? You have to substitute 1 in place of n, then we get first term. We have to calculate, taking n equal to 1 everywhere, we get 7. So a1 equal to 7 our first term we get because n is given. Okay, a2 equal to, in place of n we have to put 2 and calculate, we get 11. a3 equal to 4 into 3 plus 3, 12 plus 3, 15. In this way you can find terms of the AP because we have nth term of the AP, isn't it? We get first term 7, second term 11, third term 15. Okay. In case of sum of first n terms is given, if we put 1 in place of n, we have to substitute 1 everywhere. So 4 1 is 4 minus 1, we get 3. So sum of one term, that is the first term of the AP. We can write then the first term equal to 3. One thing you have to keep in your mind, A1, S1, these all are same in AP. A1, S1, these all are first term of the AP. Okay. So S1 means sum of one term, that is the first term of the AP. Sum of first two terms, so Sn we have, if we put n equal to 2, we get S2 and sum of first two terms of the AP. So substitute n equal to 2. What we get? 8 minus 4, 4. Okay. So sum of two terms of the AP is 4. Right, sum of first two terms equal to 4. Clear? Thereafter you have to find second term. How to find out second term? Again illustration. Let's see. AP 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. How many terms are there? 5 terms. So sum of all 5 terms equal to what? Okay, how to calculate? Sum of first n odd natural numbers, that is equal to n square, isn't it? So that is equal to, I think, S5 equal to 25, 5 square. Okay, in the same AP, sum of first 4 terms is what? That is equal to S4. S4 equal to 64 square. Okay, thereafter S5 minus S4. S5 is what? 25 minus 16. What we get? 9. So 9 is which term of the AP? Fifth term. And we get A5. Okay. So let's see what we conclude. Whenever you have to find second term of the AP and we have Sn, so second term is equal to S2 minus S1. Here, second term of the AP, A2 equal to S2 minus S1. Suppose you have to find fifth term, A5. So that is equal to S5 minus S4. Suppose you have to find out 10th term, A10. So S10 minus S9. Clear? Similarly, suppose you have to find nth term, An. So that is Sn minus Sn minus 1. Okay. So 10th term equal to S10 minus S9. Fifth term is S5 minus S4. Similarly, San equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. Okay. Sum of first n terms minus sum of first n minus 1 terms. Okay. Likewise, sum of first 10 terms minus sum of first 10 minus 1, 9 terms, equal to 18 we get. Similarly, A5 equal to sum of first 5 terms minus sum of first 5 minus 1, that is 4 terms. Similarly, An equal to Sn minus 1. So generalize and follow the same process. You have to find second term on A2, that is equal to S2 minus S1. S2 is what? 4 minus S1 is what? 3, that is 1. Second term. Thereafter you have to find third term, A3. A3 means S3 minus S2. In same manner, S3, Sn we have, in place of n we have to write 3 minus n square minus 3 square. S2 we have minus 4, directly you can write. So 12 minus 9, 3 minus 4, that is equal to minus 1. So A3 equal to we get minus 1. Okay, thereafter 10th term on A10 means S10 minus S9. S10 means Sn we have, so 4 into 10 minus 10 square minus S9, in place of n you have to put 9, so 4 into 9 minus 9 square. Okay, now you have to calculate 40 minus 100 minus 60 minus 49 minus 81, 36 minus 81, 36, 440, 40 minus 45, minus plus minus 45. Okay, so minus 60 plus 45 we get minus 15. So A10 we get minus 15. Thereafter we have to find out nth term. Nth term, An equal to Sn minus Sn minus 1. So Sn you know, 4n minus n square minus is n minus 1. In place of n, you have to write n minus 1. So 4 n minus 1 minus n minus 1 whole square. Now simplification implies that an equal to 4n minus n square as it is within brackets. 4n minus 1, open the bracket, to 4n minus 4 a minus b whole square, n minus 1 whole square. So a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab, and minus sign is before the bracket. You have to make opposite sign and write n square minus 1 plus 2a. Okay, a square plus b square minus 2ab. Okay, minus sign is before the bracket. You have to make the opposite sign and write the terms. That is equal to 4n minus n square, open the bracket, 4n plus 4 plus n square plus 1 minus 2n. So 4n minus 4n cancel, n square plus minus cancel. Finally, what we get? An equal to 4 plus 1, 5 minus 2n. Okay. Now you can check your answer also. First term we get what? First term n we have, nth term we have, we can find out first term, second term, third term, whatever you want. So putting a equal to 1, so 5 minus 2 into 1, 2. So 5 minus 2, 3. So first term we get 3. Second term we have 1. So putting n equal to 2. So we get a2 equal to 5 minus 2 to the 4. So 5 minus 4, 1. So second term we have 1. Already we get. Third term, a3. Third term means a3. a3 equal to 5 minus 2 into 3, 6. So 5 minus 6 minus 1. So third term we get minus 1. Verified? Clear? In this way, if Sn is given, then you have to find out easily any term of the AP as well as nth term of the AP. Okay. Now thereafter, what problems given? Let's see. Question number 15. A contract or construction job specifies a penalty for delay of completion beyond a certain dates as follows: rupees 200 for the first day, rupees 250 for the second day, rupees 300 for the third day, etc. The penalty for each succeeding day being rupees 50 more than for the preceding day. How much money the contractor has to pay as penalty if he has delayed the work by 30 days? Okay. In a construction job, agreement is what? After for delay of completion beyond a certain date. For delay of completion beyond a certain date, the penalty follows: rupees 200 for the first day, rupees 250 for second day, rupees 300 for third day, etc. The penalty of each succeeding day being rupees 50 more than for preceding day. So how much money the contractor has to pay as penalty if he has delayed the work by 30 days? Okay. Condition is what? After a certain date, if the construction job delay, then contractor has to pay penalty. The rule of penalty is given: penalty for each succeeding day being rupees 50 more than for the preceding day. Okay. penalty for each succeeding day is rupees 50 more than for the preceding day. So first day rupees 200, second day rupees 250, third day rupees 300. In this way, contractor has to pay the penalty. Total number of days delayed, that is given 30. Okay, the contractor has delayed the work by 30 days, then how much penalty paid by the contractor? Clear? You have to form AP as per the given conditions. What total amount of penalty in rupees? Okay. The amount of penalty for the first day 200 plus second day 250, third day 300. In this way, how many days? 30 days. Okay, to 30 days. What we have? First term of the AP. So from D we have a number of terms 30, money N we have. So A equal to 200, D equal to 50, N equal to 30. What you have to find out? Total amount of penalty paid by the contractor. The total now, total amount of penalty, that is S30. Okay, S30, N is 30. So 30 by 2 within bracket 2A plus N minus 1 minus 30 minus 1 into D. Reduce 15, 2 into 200 plus 29 into 30 minus 1, 29 into 50. Okay. Now calculate 15 into 400 plus you get 15 into 1 850. Now multiply by 15, 0 75 7 277 rupees, 27,750 rupees. Okay, so nothing else. Condition given in the questions. You have to read out the questions properly, understand the meaning of the questions, and form AP. And thereafter, from AP we get all the terms required. Clear? Come to next. A spiral is made of successive semicircles with centers alternately at A and B, starting with center A of radii 5.5 cm, 1 cm, 1.5 cm, 2 cm, dot dot dot. What is the total length of the spiral made of 13 consecutive semicircles? A spiral is made up of successive semicircles with centers alternately at A and B, starting with center A of radii 0.5 cm, 1 cm, 1.5 cm, 2 cm, dot dot dot. What is the total length of such spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? Okay, let's see the figure first. A and B. Okay, there are 2 points. Taking A as center and 0.5 centimeter radius, length of AB, my distance between A and B is 0.5 centimeter. Draw a semicircle. Okay. Thereafter B center and 1 centimeter radius, draw another semicircle. In A center, 1.5 centimeter radius, I have to draw a semicircle. B center 2 centimeter radius, draw another semicircle. A center 2.5 centimeter radius. In this way, 13 semicircles are drawn. Okay, you have to find the length of spiral, this length. Okay, this length. Okay, in this way, 13 semicircles. So tell me first, semicircle we know, diameter divides a circle into 2 semicircles. So you have to find out length of this semicircle, that is what? Circumference of the semicircle. Circumference of the semicircle. That you have to find out. And circumference of semicircle equal to what? Pi r. Circumference of circle 2 pi r. Circumference of semicircle 2 pi r by 2. Okay, that is pi r. So one by one, at least you have to find out circumference of 3 consecutive semicircles, and thereafter you have to check whatever we get the length of curve of the semicircle of 3 consecutive semicircles are in AP or not. If AP, then you have to proceed and you have to follow up the process of AP. Okay, so first of all, circumference of semicircle of 0.5 centimeter radius equal to what? Pi r. 0.5 pi centimeter. The circumference of semicircle of 1 centimeter radius. So 1 pi centimeter. Again, circumference of semicircle of 1.5 centimeter radius. 1.5 pi centimeter. So 0.5 pi, 1 pi, 1.5 pi form AP. So length of spiral in centimeter, but 0.5 pi plus 1 pi plus 1.5 pi plus dot 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 up to 13 terms. 13 semicircles are there. Okay, so all we get A equal to 0.5 pi, D equal to 1 minus 0.5, so 0.5 pi, N equal to 13. Okay, we have to find out sum of first 13 terms of the AP. Finally, we have to write the length of spiral that is S13. Okay, S13 equal to 13 by 2 within bracket 2A plus 13 minus 1 into D. What we get? 13 upon 2, 2A, 2 into first term is 0.5 pi plus 13 minus 1 into D also 0.5 pi. Now simplify. 13 upon 2 within bracket 0.5 to the 1 pi 12 into 0.5, 6 pi. What we get? 13 upon 2 into 7 pi. Now put the value of pi. Visible? Okay, 13 by 2. Visible? Okay. Into 7 into 22 by 7. 7 7 cancel. 11 sir. You get? What 143 centimeter. The length of spiral is 143 centimeter. We get. Okay. Done everybody? May I clean the board? Okay, thank you. Now question number 20. Okay. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the straight point, which is 5 meters from the first potato, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. There are 10 potatoes in the line. A competitor starts from the bucket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the bucket, runs back to pick up the next potato, runs to the bucket to drop it in, and she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? Okay, what is potato race? In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the straight point, at the starting point. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meters from the first potato, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. There are 10 potatoes in the line. A competitor starts from the bucket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the bucket, runs back to pick up the next potato, runs to the bucket to drop it in, and she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? See the figure. Bucket, okay, bucket is placed at the starting point. Okay, first potato is 5 meters away from the bucket. 5 meters away. Okay, and thereafter other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. 3 meters apart in a straight line. Okay, 3 meters. In this way, 10 potatoes are in the same straight line. Rule is what? Competitor, suppose okay, start from the point of bucket, pick up the nearest potato, return back and drop the potato inside the bucket. Okay, so first potato is 5 meters away from the bucket. The competitor runs, pick up the potato, runs back and drop it in the bucket. So how much distance covered by the competitor to pick up the first potato and drop it in the bucket. That is 5 plus 5. Okay, 10 meters. Total 10 meters. Thereafter again the competitor runs to pick up the nearest potato, now the second potato, which is 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 means 8 meter away from the bucket. Again runs back and drop it inside the bucket. So how much distance covered? 5 plus 3, 8 meter. Again 8 meter, 8 plus 8, 16 meters. Similarly, for third potato, how much distance covered by competitor? 5 plus 3 plus 3, 11 plus 11. So 22 meter distance covered by the competitor. Okay. So in this way 10 potatoes are there. The total distance covered by the competitor we have to find out. So write in this way, total distance covered in meter. So 10 plus 16 plus 22 plus how much terms are there? 10 potatoes are there, so 10 terms are there. We get A equal to 10, D equal to 6, N equal to 10. You have to find total distance for S10. So now total distance covered, that is S10, equal to 10 by 2 within bracket 2a plus n is 10. 10 minus 1 into d. What do we get? 5, 2 into a is 10 plus 9 into d is 6. So how much? 20 plus 5 into 54 plus 20, 74. 370 meters. Okay, the total distance covered by the competitor, that is 370 meters. Okay, so simple. So this much given in your AP. Chapter is finished. Now it is your part to complete the chapter again. Write your homework. Exercise 5.3 complete. In this way, we have repeated all 5 chapters which I have taught during the month of April and May. Okay? So, do all the questions of the exercise from NCERT as well as Harris Agrawal also. Okay? That's all. Thank you and have a nice day.